Hello, you're listening to One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM.
What's going on?
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Wish I knew. Simon, you're standing up.
Yeah, I've got a bad back, so I'm standing up. And also, I want to aggressively intimidate our guest.
We're a radio show about video games, and we are putting our lives back together, literally and metaphorically, as we speak. We've had the Christmas party.
Who are you?
I'm Steve Curran.
I'm Simon Byron.
And I'm Anne Scantlebury.
We've had the Christmas party.
How did that
That's
go?
done.
Talk about that later in the show.
Okay.
We're about to do an hour's worth of intimidatingly brilliant video game radio. There's bits of the studio missing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's going to go well. Well, half the office Christmas party is on now. There's a big sign up here that says when the studio's closed over Christmas, and the Christmas party's on literally right now while we're broadcasting. So
yeah, so I hope you're having a good time, Resonance.
I hope they're playing us in there. Maybe that's why they wanted to do it.
They wanted to gather together.
Yeah, they wanted to have us on in the background.
Maybe this is our appraisal. I got a email today from Resonance FM.
Okay.
It said, "Season's greetings, One Life Left.
It's nice.
You continue to uphold the fine standards that Resonance FM is known for globally. Just one thing, we're all off out to the Christmas party. Can you lock up when you finish?"
No.
No, we'll be broadcasting through the night.
I had to explain that we don't know how to lock up.
Exactly. We can't be trusted for anything.
And they said someone will be there to lock
Okay,
up
well,
for
fingers
us.
crossed. Well, let's keep going until somebody turns up to lock us out, lock us in or out. Until then, we can keep this man hostage, can't we? I think it's fair to say that 2013 has been the year of this man, hasn't it? So, I mean, I think from
100%.
sort of humble beginnings on the Humble Bundle, that was about a year ago, wasn't it? Humble Bundle beginnings?
Humble Bundle beginnings.
Yeah.
Humble Bundle beginnings.
About a year ago, right through to, now, where he's here to pimp out the volume.
Pump up the volume.
Pimp out.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I see what you did.
Well, thanks very much.
Very good.
It's Mike Bithell.
Hello.
Indie superstar.
The Luigi to Terry Kavanagh's Mario.
Yeah, how you doing, Mike?
I'm good.
Welcome
I'm good.
back.
Yes. Is this the
Third time on the show?
time?
Yeah,
Third time lucky.
We keep
This
a
is
log,
it. You keep a log.
and actually, you get to keep the match ball after your third appearance. So, see Anne about that. How you doing?
Fantastic.
All well?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Excited about Christmas?
Yeah, no, it should be fun. Nice to take a break and write. That's the main thing I do
Right.
at Christmas. Is I go and hide in a spare room at my girlfriend's family's house and
Right.
write the scripts for things.
How very festive.
I know, right?
In fact, who plays you in the nativity plays?
Who plays
Yeah,
me? in
because
the
you're as
nativity plays?
traditional as the little baby Jesus, aren't you? I see. Is that because you don't like them?
It's because you're putting me on the spot here.
You can tell us.
No,
Yeah,
it's because any kind of arranged social event is always terrifying. to
Right,
me.
and you're coming to the office party afterwards.
I know,
aren't you?
right? It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
He wasn't at ours.
No, he
I
wasn't. He
wasn't.
apologised for that.
Interesting.
But we'll find out later whether that's enough. I suspect it won't be. But shall we start the show as we always do? For the last time in 2013, it's Anne's News.
Video game news with Anne Scantlebury.
It's 7:04 on Monday the 16th of December. I'm Anne Scantlebury and this is the news. Online retailer Zavvi has threatened customers with legal action after it accidentally sent them PlayStation Vitas. Some customers who ordered Vita game Tearaway were sent actual Vitas in error. The difference in cost of the two items is about £120. Zavvi told them to send back the handheld consoles or face the consequences. Looks like this year Zavvi has decided to become the anti-Santa.
This got a lot of coverage, didn't it? Radio 5 were talking about it.
Were they?
Daily Mail talking about
Oh.
it. Louis P was talking about it.
Really? It's when you know you've made it big.
Isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, what do we make of this then?
Very silly.
Silly by
By Xavi. It seems like, I don't know, it really all comes down to how many they sent out, right? That's the point where, you've got to, if it was a very small number or even a reasonable number, the amount of damage they've done to their reputation seems silly. If it was loads, though.
What number would you put it at where they should have just gone, do you know what, let them have it, it's fine?
Like anything less than, I don't know, what are we talking? So it's 120 quid difference, you said?
Yeah.
So the cost of goods on a Vita must be
I'm not a PR guy.
£110 per person. So what? 10 for 10 people? That's £1,000 they're losing.
I'd say they could stand to lose 100 somewhere. I don't know. I'm pulling
£100,
numbers. 100 units. 100.
The right
Vitas.
positioning could have had them look like Xavi claws.
Yes, because they could have just said, "We've made a mistake, but by all
on
means,
us."
ding dong, verily on high."
Yeah.
There's a difference in who knows what here, though. They know how many that they had. Yeah, I guess.
That's
so.
the thing, isn't it? That's where.
So the suspicion must be that it was a fair few. And retail's having a tough time as it is anyway.
Yeah, but this could also be the sort of thing that begins as one person in a factory's mistake, escalates through their middle management into it's hardly a decision at that point. It's just like, you just need to write to them and get them to be sent back, and then it escalates via the media from there. At that point, Xavi should take control and say, you can keep them, but I don't think they have.
But we're not happy about it.
The interesting story was the amount of people spreading kind of very dodgy legal advice.
Yes.
That was the one. That was the part of it
I am not a
intrigued
lawyer.
me.
Yeah, no, that's what a lot of people were saying.
However,
yeah.
There was so many. There were so many people, but there were people saying that. But there were people who weren't saying it, who were just saying, "Yeah, you're completely within your right to keep it," which is not necessarily completely true.
The impression I got was that they can demand it back.
They can ask for it, and if they ask you for it, you should give it to them.
Should.
Exactly, right? This is the thing. It's very vague.
There's plenty of things One Life Left should do.
Yeah, but we didn't get any of these, did we?
So Xavi, if you're listening.
300 beta testers will be getting an early Christmas present when their Steam machines and controllers arrive. The items were shipped on Friday to a random selection of Steam users. Those beta testers will be given a little badge on their Steam community profiles. Unfortunately, due to regulatory hurdles, those selected are all based in the US. So if you're not in the US and like us, you've been sitting by the post box waiting for a little surprise to drop through, you better wipe your tears and hope Father Christmas brings you something good, because you won't be getting a Steam machine this year.
But we are audible in the US.
Yeah, I think it's more about literally where you are sitting.
We have sat in the US.
Okay, so do you think maybe we're just waiting?
Have we called the
waiting?
US office?
Who's our US office?
It's Chris Graft, isn't it?
Exactly.
Brilliant. Chris, if you're listening, can you get on this?
Yeah, send the three of them over.
We did have an Australian ambassador who resigned
Did we?
last week
Over
because of
I'd like-
Anne's commentary.
I'd like to apologise about that.
What did you do?
Said something about Australia.
Right.
Can't
Australia,
remember.
it's where we send all the bad things.
Okay.
And our Australian
There are
ambassador
plenty
resigned.
Plenty of good things over there too, though, so please come back to me.
Yeah, we
Right,
don't have
really
a
good English cricketers are there.
Topical.
I had nothing to come back with.
So,
How's that, Anne?
so Simon, you were
Good.
excited about getting a Steam
No, I
machine.
wasn't. Do you remember? Because I didn't go into to the raffle because I didn't expect to win.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you're not excited about getting a Steam machine.
I've got
'cause
one,
You've got
haven't I?
lots of Steam games.
Yeah, I've got a PC, and I class that as a Steam machine.
But does it plug into your TV?
Yeah.
Have you plugged it into your
Yeah.
TV?
Yep.
Is it currently plugged into your TV?
Well,
will
it's-
it be in an ongoing state plugged into your TV?
It can be, yeah. I mean,
not
the things
answering the
that share the HDMI lead are the PlayStation 3, the Apple TV, and the PC, you know. And
Okay.
when one of them's using it, the other...
Right. So you have a Steam machine.
Yeah, PC.
How's it going?
Yeah,
Pretty
how's the
good.
beta test going?
Beta test's going very well, actually. What was the last thing I played on it? Probably Far Cry 3. I thought about buying Blood Dragon during the sale, but didn't. So, it's exciting. It's a brave new world out there, Steve. It's going to change everything.
What about the Steam OS? How's that?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I'm not putting that on anything, am I? Mike?
That's actually the most interesting part for
Yes.
boring developers, because SteamOS is like a standardized version of Linux, which is obviously
Linux.
Is it Linux?
It's whatever you say it's not.
It's a contradiction in terms. It's awesome for us because the biggest problem with bringing it to that OS with any game is that everyone has these various distros, and like you have no way of knowing whether something's going to work or blow up someone's computer. Having a SteamOS that's shared is awesome.
But you see, your Thomas is available in, what did you say? Linux or Linux? I mean, it is available, but I mean,
Ish.
but as of fraction of, as a percentage of overall Steam games, it's not very high, is it? Why would they? I mean, presumably, the answer is that they didn't want to pay any Windows licensing costs, I guess.
That's it. They want to own it. That's it. It's a consolidation move, right? If they can make Steam OS the platform you play games on, that's obviously massive for them.
But
they own that ecosystem. Well, they already did with digital distribution, so it's not ridiculous to imagine that they could do that going forward.
But you didn't need to rewrite your games just to get them on Steam, did you?
You didn't-ish. Well, you have to do some work, and also remember the bulk of like indie games, especially now, being made in Unity, which is pretty good at taking it to Linux. And will be even better.
Just click a button.
Is it?
It's not
just click a
that.
button.
Stop spreading this misinformation.
Linux and
Linux. Xbox will be showing original TV shows from early 2014. It's uncertain what the programming will be, although a Halo TV series produced by Steven Spielberg was announced at the Xbox One unveiling event. Speaking to Variety, Microsoft TV's exec Nancy Tellem said, "We aren't Netflix, we aren't Amazon, we're a different animal. The lack of black and white is very difficult. As we continue to do deals, everyone's going to get more comfortable." Well, we're glad we got that cleared up then.
That told us, didn't it? Yeah. Nancy Tellem.
Isn't that Soldier Boy's surname? Soldier Boy Tellem.
Is it?
I don't know. It's something.
Right.
I mean, it's not. Never mind. That's not topical or funny.
No.
Keep going.
Go with cricket, Steve.
That told him. So who cares about this?
People who like watching original television
Stuff produced by Steven Spielberg.
Through their consoles.
Right.
Specifically through their Xbox One console.
What, the entertainment system from Microsoft?
Yeah.
Right.
It's worked for Netflix, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
But then...
That's £5 a month.
And hasn't the Xbox got Netflix on it?
It has, but only if you're a gold subscriber, of course.
Really? Can you not get it if you... Rubbish.
Yep.
Glad I've got my PS3. I guess they're going to put... I mean, from the sounds of it, maybe they're going to put just stuff that's of interest to people that play video games.
But do you think it's like? Do you think it's going to be free?
Nah.
So they're going to. So hey guys, thanks for buying this. We're going to make stuff that you can only watch through this, and we're going to charge you to do it.
I think they're also going to do some. Maybe some exclusive things. So it goes on there first, but then it goes other places as well.
I think
they'll
it will
release
be
a
free.
DVD.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
Netflix
available
does.
through Gold for free, like Netflix. I think that's what the model they're going for. What IPs do we think they're going to put on there? They've got Halo. What else have they got?
Blinks. It's got to be Blinks. I got to see Blinks. I got to see Blinks. The Kevin Spacey 12-parter.
Connectimals.
Yeah, of course.
TV
Viva
show.
Pinata. Actually, Viva Pinata was a children's TV show, wasn't it? So that could be something they could bring back.
that back.
Fable.
Fable.
Yeah, that'll be good, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe they'll do.
Fusion Frenzy.
That was made by Blitz, wasn't it?
It was. God bless them.
God bless you.
R.I.P.
Be careful, Steve, when you're talking about our fallen comrades.
Amazon has opened its very own PlayStation Store. The Fingers in a Thousand Pies online retailer will let you buy PlayStation Store top-up cards, codes for full games, season passes, DLC, and PlayStation Plus subscription renewals. It's currently matching the PlayStation Store on price. The US version launched a month ago with a variety of promotions. Beware, everybody, at some point Amazon will own you and everything you love.
So why don't people who have PlayStations buy these things through their PlayStations, do we think?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Amazon has taken advantage of the disparity in pricing in the PC market for quite some time. So we've been able to buy Steam keys from Amazon.com by pretending that we live in Alaska because we're cleverer than Amazon.
What did the Alaskan office have to say about
Well, I
that?
don't know, but I've come very close to actually shipping physical things there because you have to have it as your default address in order to buy digitally over there. And so the assumption was with the PlayStation Store that you'd be able to do similar things. Now, I believe so I looked at the UK store and it's identical to buying on the PlayStation. So there's no benefit of doing that at all,
Unless you want to get them for presents, I guess.
This is the thing: is this isn't for people who own the PlayStation. I don't think. I think this will be on Amazon. This will be if you want to buy Killzone, it'll have Killzone in a box for £55 or Killzone the download for £50, and then they're going to try.
Well, no, or Killzone the download for £60 because
there you go.
Because that's how it is at the moment. Yeah.
Is it really? Is it up rather than
Yeah,
down?
yeah.
Okay.
Because they're all terrified of retailers, so Amazon's scared of itself.
Yeah.
It's scared of undercutting itself. But in the US, I believe you can, if you set up a US profile on your PlayStation 4, you can buy codes from Amazon, which are cheaper, and put them into your PlayStation 4, and they'll work over here in the same way that they did with the PlayStation 3. A lot of people were buying things like Battlefield 4 very cheaply and then taking advantage of the £10 upgrade. to get it on PlayStation
Okay.
4. So, yeah, the UK version seems completely redundant, apart from, as you say, gifts. But
But they are
And
going to do
also-
some
sorry.
promotions at some point. That's when they'll do it. They'll start doing promotions that aren't on the PlayStation Store, and everyone will go, "That's really good."
yeah, but
Buy it off Amazon.
when they launched the indie games PC store, they launched with huge discounts. It seemed really weird timing, and the fact that they launched with, "Hey, you can now buy this stuff from us here." It's exactly the same.
Well, they could with the indies. In fairness, they got in touch with all the indies and said, "Hey, you want to do a discount? It'll be on Amazon. Amazon's big."
And you had to say yes, didn't you?
But we had to in a way that was, I guess, more pressing than PlayStation.
Right.
And finally, the winner in the battle for 2013 has been decided, and it's the PlayStation 4. According to a statistics tracking group who we have no reason to disbelieve, the PS4 sold more in US retail than the Xbox One, which is what it's all about. Christmas isn't a time for figures and fact-checking, so let's all say congratulations, Sony, and we can't wait to receive our celebratory console and champagne in the post.
Well, we do one of these jumpers, don't we? Have you seen them floating around
No.
over Twitter?
No.
Christmas jumpers.
I want a jumper.
Lovely. Yeah, so the X triangle square knitted in. All the journalists have been getting them with their
None of the
Doritos.
indie game developers
who they
have.
love.
Right, this one goes out to Shahid.
Yeah,
I want-
exactly, yeah.
I
We've
want an
got
extra
4.
large jumper.
Right, and I'll
How
go
many
for
do you want?
medium.
You want medium? What do you want?
I have medium too.
Medium.
I'll have
and
girls.
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 You'll be
Girls.
lucky.
That's
Girls.
sexist.
What,
Actually,
girls aren't sizes?
no. They're the same size as men, otherwise that's sexist. Yeah, they
Sort
look
that
great.
out,
yeah,
yeah.
thanks. Right, cheers, Shahid. We'll wear them to the residence party this evening.
Anne, what would have been an official One Life Left reason for distrusting their statistics?
Because statistics are wrong,
Okay,
mostly.
right, but in this case, they're not.
I
Wrong.
mean, sure, I couldn't really be bothered to look into it.
Didn't we know this anyway without some sort of statistics group coming up and
exactly.
saying?
But that's good, though. Basically, that's probably a model that we should take. Just find a fact that is out there and then just go, we've got some statistics to back this up.
Games journalism.
This is our data, guys.
Yeah.
This is our data. And then just put your name on it and send it out as a press release.
Okay, and then read it out on our show.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the perfect circle of life.
Thanks, Anne.
One Life Left video game news with Anne Scantleberry.
Hello, I'm Sega Badawi and welcome to One Life Left Local News. A part-time musician and sign language translator is in trouble after he was alleged to have incorrectly signed at a state event. The memorial service for much-loved member of the Kong dynasty, Cranky Kong, was attended by numerous members of state. KK Slider, who did the signing, has claimed that he had an out-of-body experience and felt as if he was being controlled by another person, even though this usually happens to the mayor. Mr. Slider says he's offering free bootlegs of the event to upset those industry fat cats, but critics are saying he should not have been promoting his music off the back of his alleged failure. And there was a further incident at the service, as world leaders Bowser, Peach and Luigi were in trouble for taking a selfie on Luigi's mobile phone. Some attendees felt it was in poor taste considering the nature of the event. Thanks, and back to your usual programming.
One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. This is FTF. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Go Dan Marshall.
Big shout out, Dan Marshall.
Keep running.
We're a radio show about video games. Sometimes we play chiptune music. This is from chipmusic.org and it is excellent. After a shaky start to the show, we're picking up.
Oh, we've got to pick up before the end of the year, though, don't we?
We do.
Got to go out on a high.
We've only got 39 minutes left to do that, so some pressure. What part of the show is it now, Simon?
It's 39 minutes to go. What do we normally do at 39? We think about Mike Bithell, don't we?
about
We
it.
normally have a
Just-
moment of silence where we just appreciate the year of Mike Bithell.
Year of Bithell.
We thought, what can we do this week to end the year? Because we're off for 2 weeks. Last show 2013. So we sat down, we clasped our hands together, and we prayed.
That's what One Life Left does instead of brainstorming. Just
Fingers
hold
crossed.
each other.
Yeah, exactly. And here he is, Mike Bithell. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm really good.
Welcome back.
Yes, the third time. It's been fun.
A lot has happened since we saw you officially. Obviously, we bump into you at various. We hang out a lot. But
We bumped into each other in Germany.
We
I
did,
was
and
having
you-
a very, very bad day.
You were having a bad day. I'm not sure whether I mentioned this on the air. I walked up and I said, "Hey, it's indie superstar Mike Bithell," and he just looked at me and went, "Don't." It's like, okay.
Well, it's about time someone said
What was
that.
going on there? What was going on
It's
then?
important that we hash this out. And
Yeah,
sort
that's
this
why you're
out.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, did your day get any better?
It did as it went on. It did as it went on.
Right.
That was actually, that was the day that we announced, we did the whole press, well, I say we, Sony did a big press announcement
They
thing.
did, and you were-
Volume was up there.
Yes.
And I was sat next to awesome people and having a good time.
So how's it been with Volume then? Obviously, it's well, it seems like a radical departure from Thomas Was Alone, which was a game you made sort of like with a little fanfare, and now this time you've.
I don't do anything with a little fan.
Okay, yeah. I've been noticing you more this year, but Volume's had like you've been talking about it a year out, and yeah. So how's that been?
It's been good. It's been scary because it's still, it's not fun yet,
Right.
Which I'm working on.
Okay.
I promise to get that fixed. But no, it's been kind of just getting on with that and kind of trying to get people excited, which seems to be working. People seem to be interested at least, which is nice.
It's a very different sort of game to Thomas. Do you
It
want-
is. It's like a stealth game, very old school kind of arcadey, sneaky game. It's sort of the other genre that I wanted to do straight after Thomas. People are surprised I'm not making another emotionally led rectangle game with Danny Wallace. Well, it's Danny Wallace again. But
Yeah.
the rest of it's all changed.
You've run out of shapes, haven't you?
Yeah.
This is it. Well, this is it. This is once you go beyond full poly. I'm just not sure the technology's there yet to do a pentagon.
I noticed that Danny Wallace, he hasn't popped up in Assassin's Creed 4 yet. Is he now
Spoilers.
exclusive to you?
He's. You need to play more Assassin's Creed.
Oh, do
4,
I?
that's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Right. So yeah, it's a stealth game, and yeah, it's a different viewpoint and all the rest of it. Like it feels more ambitious. Is that a fair thing to say?
It's more complex. I'd say that in terms of the job I'm doing, it's basically the same. So with Thomas was a 3D game. You just viewed it from one angle.
Okay.
So it's the same. In terms of what I'm doing, it's a slightly more complex game, but it's kind of, I'm still just making a game again.
Right.
The difference is I now have like loads of other people making stuff.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
And
but
do
cool.
you feel under pressure now, having proved yourself with Thomas? And
Difficult second
well,
album.
yeah. Do you?
Yes. I mean, to be honest, people will say it's the disappointing follow-up. That
Will
will
they?
happen
Right.
inevitably.
You've got that in your Twitter bio now.
I do,
don't you?
yeah. It's like my Twitter bio. What is it? The creator of the overrated Thomas Was Alone. It's disappointing follow-up volume. Yeah, it will happen, but I just have to try and make a game that I like again. Basically, it's the same thing, and ignore Twitter.
I was. I mean, often, like I say, during this year of Mike Bithell, we all like to think, like we all like to imagine what's going through your mind, and
Yeah.
things like when that game on Kickstarter, Light, announced. Did you see
Oh,
that
it's awesome.
2D? Yeah,
Yeah, no, I was really into
backed it,
that.
and then I got annoyed when it got cancelled, and then Team 17
Team
have
17
have
are
signed it
helping
up.
out,
But I sort of looked at it and I thought, God, it must be difficult being Mike Bithell. I mean, obviously, but you have a huge responsibility. I don't think I could be.
It's
Mike
hard to
Bithell.
be. It's hard. Some days it is hard.
But having announced Volume so far out, and like, is there a danger that you worry similar things might pop up? Like we saw it with No Man's Sky, and the guys at Curve were talking about White Space, and they were like worried about that as well. Is it?
So there's this guy called Hideo Kojima.
Right.
He has really beat me to the punch on this. No, it's basically I'm in a populated genre, and I think as well there's room for lots of us. Stealth hasn't quite been mined to the same extent as the puzzle platform.
Right.
Just so I kind of feel it's safe because obviously Dan's making his thing, and both actually Lights Dan, another Dan. So there's lots of different people making these games. I just have to hope that mine's half decent and holds up in the coming crowd. It's going to be great in a year's time when everyone's like, "Oh bloody hell, another indie."
So it's still a year out, is it?
I hope so. It's at least a year out. I'll say that. Yeah, no, it's hopefully 2014. That's the hope. But,
and you're coming on multiple platforms. So you're in bed with Sony now.
I'm at the doorway.
Okay,
I'm at the doorway,
looking seductively.
Exactly.
The light shining behind you. He recognises the silhouette.
What are you holding?
Exactly.
What am I holding? Stop it! Why are your eyes closed? So hopefully first, definitely first PlayStation 4 and Vita, and then a month later, kind of PC, Mac, Steam OS. So we'll see. And then after that, wherever.
There's been obviously a lot of talk about indie games over years and years.
So
and years,
annoying,
but still, but it seems there's a lot of chat at the moment where people seem a little uncertain of where it's going, and in fact, they want to redefine. Somebody was chatting to me recently about redefining indie because some indies have got too big, and like, it seems strange. Do you?
I think there is a risk. I think there is a risk that we're going to be all that's left, or at least not all that's left. But I think if we look at traditional dev and we look at indie dev and forget kind of all the kind of more casual mobile stuff, it feels like traditional dev has definitely shrunk in the last few years. There's less games coming out, and indie is kind of fewer. I apologise.
Good one, Simon.
Jeez, man, I'm not coming back. But indie has grown over time, and I think we are starting to fill in that kind of middle ground space. So other people can worry about definitions, but it definitely does feel like if you look forward to 5 years' time, the bulk of games are going to be indie by the current definition. So it's going to become a useless word. Arguably, it already is.
Wow, and the indies will be walking as well, won't they?
Yeah. Basically, Planet of the Apes.
Excellent. Well, really looking forward to hearing more about it. You will come back next year. What is next year? What is next year?
Next year, what could it be? It's a vacant slot.
Can't I keep it?
Well, yeah, maybe. Like
ongoing year of Mike Bithell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, music. Good evening, everyone. You're listening to One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. My name is Steve Curran.
How's it going, Steve?
I'm doing okay. Who are you?
I'm Simon Byron.
I'm Anne Scantlebury.
Good.
Why are we doing that again?
I don't know.
Just because I feel like at the start we were a bit rattled by the changeover, and I don't think our introduction was as strong as it could have been. Anyway, this is Genesis Sega by Sega Drive. It's excellent.
It is nice.
It's got that very Mega Drive sound, hasn't it?
It does.
Or Genesis sound, you might say. Again, it's from chipmusic.org. What are we going to do now, Simon? What's in our running order?
Can I just point out, I really like the way that you punctuated, like your intonation there. You sort of danced over the music. Go back and listen to that bit, didn't he?
He did.
It was
There's
absolutely
definitely a rhythm
wonderful. Let's listen to Letters theme.
Email, messages, and forward BCC. One Life Letters.
Rustle of paper over the soundtrack. Very realistic, isn't it? These aren't emails, these are letters.
And you've got two.
Okay, I'll go first. Hello, Team Plus Super Special Guest. I've heard a rumour that at the Christmas party, someone was giving small cornettos to people on the show who they really respected and thought did a really good job on One Life Left. Do you know if this is true or not? Did anyone get on the team get a cornetto? Cheerio.
I don't think that's true. I didn't get one.
I didn't get one either, did you?
I got 4.
What? Did you really?
I got 4. Yeah, just a little chocolate ones.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, not like a real cornetto ice
The
cream.
size is irrelevant. It's the quantity of them. How many of you are there?
1.
Right.
And I got 4.
Were you asked to share these, or was it
No, but I
specifically?
did share them around. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With
Not
who?
with them, though.
No. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you're respected.
Okay. Hi, Anne, plus Steve, Psy, and SSG.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Psy, but I will let this one pass because it's a heck of a letter.
Sorry we missed the Christmas party this weekend. However, we have a Christmas present for you, which I hope will make up for us not being there.
Well, it's going to have to be something pretty good, isn't it?
My girlfriend and I entered a game jam called Ludum Dare this weekend, and we made you a One Life Left video game. Perhaps it's the one you've always wanted.
What?
It's called Going Around. It's a point-and-click adventure featuring Anne, who has to go around, solve puzzles, and collect her belongings before leaving the house to get to the radio show. You can play it here. I'm going to read out the URL
Yes, do.
now. That is http://apps.playcanvas.com/Dave/goingaround/latest. Apparently it works best in Google Chrome. It was made over the course of 3 days, and all of the sources open at that same URL.
It's interesting. So we can have a fiddle around with the code and change what Anne's wearing, can we? Mike, you know what you're doing.
Dave goes on to say, it's all built online using Play Canvas, so maybe if some of your listeners are game programmers, designers or artists, they can come over and help us with episode 2. Any suggestions for what that would contain?
Me.
Well, we'll link to it on Twitter and put it on the website. I had a very quick play. Did you have a quick go?
I had a quick play. I found Anne's phone. Do you know where it was?
Where?
It was in the toilet.
Typical.
That is where I keep it. Well done, guys. That's amazing. I
Yeah.
haven't had a play yet.
Do
I'm
it.
so
It's really, really
excited.
good. It's really
Honestly,
good.
this
Yeah,
was
thank
the-
you.
And thank goodness we have a One Life Left video
Yes.
game.
This was so exciting.
Yes.
So amazing.
completely.
2013's
They're-
ended well.
They're going to come on the show and chat about it, actually,
Brilliant.
in the new year.
Oh, awesome.
Maybe it could be their year. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, come on.
do you have a letter?
I do. Hi, Steve and Scanters and Simon, no mention of me. After reading the Edge article on games like Call of Duty being a kind of insidious jingoistic propaganda, what would say is better? Or what would you say is better? Old country twang Taylor Swift, such as Fearless, or her more poppy recent stuff like 22, Flicks V's? For the record, I think I prefer country twang, but both are pretty ace. Love you guys, Dom Salvia.
Well, thanks, Dom. Dom gets the radio show, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He understands the sort of issues we deal with. What do you think, Em?
I mean, obviously, I go more for her poppy stuff. I think that it's exceptional. But I do love that she does occasionally just put a little country twang in there anyway. I think it's good to remember your roots, Tay.
I'm a fan of both, but I've spent most of today listening to Back to December,
Oh,
which
so
is
you're...
part of her earlier work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love her always, 24/7.
2014, maybe it's her year.
Hard to decide, but I think we can all agree that she is one of the finest video game designers working in the world of country pop today.
I was in an office today doing a grown-up job, Steve, not listening to Taylor Swift. I have no opinion on this. I say grown-up job, it's not, is it? Hi, team and super special guest. Really enjoyed the Christmas party, lots of fun, and the panto was hilarious and great karaoke, even if I did push the air guitar a little too far. Now I see why there hasn't been a live show. See you next year. Also, Claire still wants to know how to get the boat off the island in mist. Now, this came up during the karaoke.
didn't it?
This is what you missed out on.
This is the kind of
Mike
stuff
Bithell.
We had some technical problems, didn't
Yeah.
we? Some technical issues, and while we were fiddling with the tech, which took some time. We filled, didn't we? Did some improv.
We did some improv.
That's what you guys do.
We invited any questions, and what we didn't expect was how to get the boat off the island in mist.
Right.
For many reasons. The first of which, when did mist come out?
Well, surely you were worried about spoilers as well. You didn't want to ruin the game for everyone in the room.
And secondly, we just thought it was obvious.
Yeah.
Surprised anyone needs to know.
And thirdly, if you're playing Mist, you have the means to get on GameFAQs, don't you? So. That seems. But anyway, what you need to do is you need to find the patterns you sketch from the specific dates and memorise or draw the accompanying icons. Go outside and walk into the pillar yard. The pillars are the entrance to the forest around the sunken boat model. This boat represents the real boat at the dock. Light up the 3 pillar icons that accompany the star patterns, and there will be a draining sound. Look at the model ship; it should be surfaced. Simple.
All from memory.
A classic Mist problem.
Charles Cecil's Mist.
Dear team and SSG, happy Christmas. I was driving along listening to OLL the other day when I saw a similar lorry to the one attached. Is Steve branching out? I realise this isn't the best email for radio ever, so in an effort to redress that, have you ever confused Wii with ennui? Wii Sports ennui, for instance. I think we've done that joke.
Can we describe the lorry?
Yeah.
No, because there's no pictures.
Well, because we want to experience it as our listeners do, don't we?
Yeah.
It was a white lorry and it had Steve Waste on it, didn't it?
Which
on the
is
front.
so accurate. Yeah, so accurate. That's our letters section. If you've got any letters for us, please email
team@onelifeleft.com.
and we will see you in the new year. I think it's time for the comeback of Craig the Rage McClellan.
You were a 34-year-old child, arranged sullenly in the corner armchair of the living room in the house you grew up in. It's Christmas Day, and your brothers and sisters are in their own homes with their own families, creating new memories, as you sit here, marinating in the dense fog of your elderly father's roast turkey farts, and leaning away from the radioactive glare of your mother's well-intentioned inquisition. The questions about when you're going to get a girlfriend, a proper job, and a place of your own no longer need to be spoken, are simply implied every time she cinches her shoulders and grins at you encouragingly across the room, her eyes wide and watery with compassion and, let's face it, disappointment. You gaze into your new iPhone, trying to concentrate on playing Device 6, but distracted continually by your mother's theatrical peals of "aren't we having a good time" laughter, as she conspicuously enjoys the 20 funniest moments of Only Fools on Horses DVD that you bought her at the newsagent's the previous morning. You think about Christmas Day 1988, recalling the surge of gratitude and delight as your beaming parents entered the room carrying a white plastic cage containing 2 busy, snuffling gerbils. You left them to play upstairs as you ate dinner, returning to your room later to find the sawdust damp with blood, the corpse of Bilbo sagging and empty like a deflating balloon, half covered by a coconut shell, as Frodo lolled in the corner, fat, sated and unrepentant. Upstairs in your room today, in his luxury gerbilarium, is the latest Bilbo, the 25th of a series of Bilbos you've raised and looked after to honour the memory of the first. Later that night, you will gently open the cage and retrieve him from the beige plastic house he's sleeping in, hold him in your palm, and slowly but assertively squeeze until his tiny body bursts with a damp echo of the underwhelming pop the cheap Christmas crackers made as you pulled them earlier that day. You will place him gently back into his cage and close the lid.
Where did we last see Craig the Rage McClellan?
Last seen grinding Simon Parkin
That is true. And why was he doing that?
because he was singing one of the amazing karaoke songs at our Christmas party.
He was singing
Oh,
for the
boy.
first time ever one of our new classics, instant classics. It was R. Kelly's Bump and Grind, rewritten to be Tim Schafer's Point and Click.
So good.
I don't see nothing wrong, Mike. I don't see nothing wrong with a little point and click.
Nice.
Yeah, it was excellent, wasn't it? It was
What
good.
a great
good time.
night we
sorry,
had.
sorry. This is Lewis Thomas. It's called Internet Speak.
Yeah,
There we go.
good.
But what a great night we had.
What a great night we had. Oh, goodness. From the beginning to the end. It
How was the middle? Was that all right?
Dipped.
Honestly, okay.
No, so obviously we started off with, was it Keith's Santa?
Yes, his Secret Santa, where attendees brought their unwanted or unloved Christmas gifts, and they wrapped them up, and then Keith gave them out again.
It was good. Like, I mean, it's recycling, really. It's recycling for the ages.
Seemed to go well. He looked resplendent in his.
Wasn't that a great Santa suit?
Yes, better than the ones in the Milton Keynes Winter Wonderland.
Marginally.
Someone read the Metro.
Yes, actually, it was on BuzzFeed. So.
Okay.
So
Which is where Metro gets all
Yeah,
this
okay,
news. Yeah.
fair.
obviously, so Keith had everyone sitting on his lap. That was a lovely time. And then we moved on to the pantomime.
Which went much
which
better than
went-
I expected.
Yeah, I know. It could have been awful, but turns out it was brilliant.
So well done to Philippa for that.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Pip.
And you wrote it as well together, did you? Or did she do all
She
of it?
mostly did it.
Yeah, I mean, prior to it, I was I had flashbacks to when we hosted the Nordic Game Awards, and we were told it was the most British thing we'd ever done, and I was convinced that we were going to top that, but in a room full of people that just they weren't going to get it, but they got it.
They got
did
it.
get
it.
It's 'cause there were
You
some
gave
good
it.
jokes in there.
Yeah.
Good jokes. Great
Yes,
cast.
well done.
Of course, great cast. And then the karaoke and the drinking.
Went well, didn't it?
Oh,
Seemed to.
With about 3 hours of karaoke on and off. Thanks. What makes your PC?
Let's say...
Acer, is it, or Samsung?
Oh, no, it's Dell.
Dell.
Oh, thanks,
Boo to Dell.
Yeah.
It got too hot in there,
yeah,
didn't
exactly.
it?
Couldn't take it, could it?
My
That is our
laptop kept
party, though.
switching itself off. But Simon stepped in with his Surface Pro.
Yep.
Surface Pro 2.
Surface Pro 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Windows 8.
Which partially worked.
It did partially work, yeah.
This is the most nerdy description of a party ever. This is fantastic. You focus very focused on the tech.
There were some great singers, some
yeah.
great performances. It just went fantastically
Yeah.
well, I think. So, and-
Who was your favourite the night?
well, I'm biased, aren't I? It was my wife, but
Who was your favourite apart from your wife?
then it was me.
Good. Well,
And then it was you two with Wrecking Ball. I thought that was excellent.
So much fun.
my favourite was the performance of All I Want for Christmas is Doom.
Oh, yes, that went well. Who did that?
I think that was that not the person who we shouted out Laurie for ages, and it turned out to be Laura.
Oh, yeah, we're getting it wrong, yeah.
Yeah,
Well done, guys. So it was
but
Laura.
she saved it.
Yeah.
I think it was Laura, not Laurie.
Right.
That was phenomenal. I mean, everyone was brilliant.
Yes.
Everyone who performed was exceptional. And we had the best time. I remember
Such a
looking
good
around
time.
during Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh,
Total Eclipse of the Cart.
Oh, hello.
To be about Mario Kart. I remember looking around and just seeing everyone so delighted, and we were having the time of our lives as well. And we were just, it was just a brilliant, brilliant party. So thank you all so
thank
much
you
for coming.
so much for coming.
Thank you to the Burlington Arms for having us. Yeah, it went very well.
You know, someone tweeted at us and said, "Is it possible for you to do something like this earlier? You know, so don't make us wait another year for the next one." We can't move Christmas.
No.
We can't.
Can we not? But Mike can.
Well, it's not my year anymore.
That's true.
Last year I could have done it for you. This year, not so much.
But I wonder. I talked to the guys from Regular Features
Oh, yeah.
about doing something around about Easter time.
Right.
A party with them, reuniting with those guys.
Oh, okay.
So perhaps we'll look into doing that. We're also potentially thinking about doing it at GDC. So if you have any suggestions for places we could come and sing karaoke, maybe in your flat. If you live in San Francisco, let
Do
us
let
know.
us know, yeah. When's the Resonance fundraiser?
Interesting question. No idea. We've been put in charge of Team Monday.
So actually, you say you have.
Yeah, and then
Anne
I
and I
delegated it to you.
Can't
You can
delegate.
pass it on to Anne if
Oh,
you
okay,
want.
Anne, you're in charge of Team Monday.
No, oh,
So, yeah, maybe we could do something.
what does that
Yeah.
mean? I don't understand.
Well, you need
Hey,
to
I
look into
did.
it.
I did really good admin at the party. Everyone got their
You
badges.
did.
That doesn't mean I'm going to take charge of Team Monday.
Everyone didn't get their badges. Someone messaged me and said I didn't get a badge.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, so you're in charge
yeah,
of
I
Team
did
Monday.
give up
Yeah.
after a bit.
Have fun on Monday.
Well done. Okay, so we can go straight into reviews, or no? Let's have Dr. Avatar.
You're needed in surgery immediately.
Avatar, you're the only one that can do this. You're gonna have to operate.
Dr. Avatar, operating room dictation on patient Falcon, Captain Douglas J. Operative diagnosis, major trauma from motor vehicle collision and windshield ejection at 1,012 kilometers per hour. Estimated blood loss 900 cc's, OR time 8 hours. Mr. Falcon was retrieved 200 feet from his car at trackside and placed in immediate cervical spine collar immobilization, followed by transfusion of 3 units of packed red blood cells. Ventilator resuscitation was attempted, but adequate intubation could not be secured, and thus tracheotomy was carried out. Following this, shards of windshield were removed from the patient's abdomen, right shoulder, and left eye. Interventional radiology performed pelvic artery embolization, after which multiple hip fractures were stabilized. Cervical spine fusion was performed, and Mr. Falcon's brain hematoma was evacuated. At this point, the patient began to mutter about seeing a clock tick down before his eyes, and his sedation was increased. The patient will be transferred to the trauma ward with a consult to psychiatry, as the patient is haunted by a dream that restarts each time he experiences the crash. Ending dictation for patient Falcon, Captain Douglas J.
Reviews for the last time in 2014.
Let's end on a high, shall we?
Okay.
I played a game this week.
What have you been playing?
Am I starting?
Yeah.
We're ending on a high, so therefore you can start.
I've been playing Doki Doki Universe.
Right, what's that?
Oh, it's a PlayStation 4 game. And
Because I've got a PlayStation 4.
do you?
No, Steve, I'm doing an impression of you and your stupid face.
Okay. So, that doesn't work on radio, by the way. It's not a visual medium.
Keep going.
So, Doki Doki Universe is a game by Human Nature Studios in which you play a robot who doesn't have enough humanity. And the robot's going to be scrapped unless he can prove that he has humanity. He does that by flying to different planets. It's very sort of 2D graphics. It's sort of almost modern day Parappa the Rapper style. Landing on these planets and talking to people there, trying to fix their problems by conjuring up objects they need in a Scribblenauts fashion, and making them happy or making them sad and learning things from them. There's also a element of the game which is filling in surveys, kind of almost psychological surveys that will show you a picture and it'll say, how does this make you feel, happy, sad, cheerful, whatever, or it'll show you 2 things. You say, which of these would you rather have on your t-shirt, or something like that, and then it derives sort of information about your robot from your answers. I think it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's made me so happy. It's one of the few games I've been able to play with people, specifically my girlfriend, who's actually enjoyed it, because it's funny and it's cute and it's affecting. I believe, although I haven't checked this out, I've just seen a couple of people who are involved at Sony getting a bit miserable on Twitter because apparently it's got bad reviews from people.
Right.
Well, we're here to turn that around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's bring that Metacritic up.
Let's push the Metacritic up.
Absolutely, because it's genuinely like an uplifting game experience. I can understand that some people, it is one of those games that some people say, oh, this isn't a game, I'm just going around and talking to people.
We love
That's
that.
not a game, where's the shooting? I can't conserve my ammo in this game. Where's the sniper zoom? And it's not, it's just silliness. I mean, it's also very, very childish. I think it's one of those childish things like the best cartoons where you can, as an adult enjoy it. A lot like Parappa the Rapper. This experience reminds me more of Parappa the Rapper than any experience I've had since. It's not a rhythm action game, but it is full of the same joy. There is a but that I would like to say. I was disappointed to see that the universe you explore has locked planets on the fringes, which I assumed, perhaps naively, were to be unlocked as I progressed through the game. Of course, they're not.
Oh no! Don't
God,
say it!
no.
Don't say it! Don't say it!
They are to be sold to the player.
Oh no! Did you pay for this game?
Imagine.
So
You paid for it, yeah? It's an upfront kind of charge game.
I did not pay for it. I
But
got
sorry,
a
just the
review
normal-
copy.
Oh,
Just the
okay.
normal-
Yeah, normal human beings.
normal human beings
humans
do.
would pay for
us,
it.
us people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really disappointing to find out, because it strikes me as the sort of game that you should get as a whole complete thing, and it felt a bit emotional blackmail, having like really learnt to care about this robot and go, you want this robot to make more friends? Pay for this, this and this. But I also understand why they've done it, because that's the only way games on PSN can make money these days, especially if they end up going through PSN Plus. They need a way of monetising their efforts, so I do get it. That said, have to factor that into the score.
Of course you do.
7 out of 10.
Right, wow.
Fair enough. I've just been playing Rain some more. I don't really have much else to add other than I still really love it. It's really nice, and the story gets better. And it's
I
just
saw somebody on Twitter
lovely.
moaning about the jump animation.
Why?
Is there a jump animation in it? Do you jump in
You
it?
don't
Yeah,
jump
you
in.
jump
Do you
loads.
jump in, right?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Just up and down though.
Okay.
Or like across.
Really? Right.
Up and then, of course,
Up and then down. I always forget.
You don't
I forget which way. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they were
You don't have any
complaining
problems
about
with it, no?
No problems. Apart from I've got really stuck on a bit where I can't do a jump. So I guess maybe
Right. Okay.
maybe I do.
Are you doing the elements of the jump in the right order?
Are you going?
Oh no! I've been going down then up, and that's why I keep drowning.
Happy to help.
Yeah, but I still really love it. I think it's really pretty, and it's really fun, and it's really cute. And I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 again.
Mike.
Hello.
Hi.
I've been doing what I do every December, which is playing Assassin's Creed. But this time I'm enjoying it.
Wow.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Can I join in with this one? Because that's what I was going to.
Oh, is that what you were going to do?
Yeah.
So
Multi-review.
It's like the game they've been promising the whole time, right?
Well, I was disappointed when I loaded it up that you don't get to play in the modern world bit first, because I love that. I love the modern world stuff. Walking around. I mean, that's what I buy an Assassin's Creed game for, because it's just like the promise of medieval killings. That like you don't want
It's
that.
background noise.
Yeah, you just want to be in the modern bits.
Have you done much of the modern bit this time? Because it's actually it's interesting this time, which is worrying.
Yes, I didn't like it to start off with. So it throws you straight in the ship battle, and then you go to Havana and you do a lot of stuff. And it just struck me that I was like, right, this is literally an Assassin's Creed game. So it's exactly the same stuff that you do. All the mechanics that you've done, where you're chasing somebody, but you're holding down R2, so your man, instead of running after someone, will go and sit on a barrel for a bit. Like all the sort of things that we've learned to navigate around ourselves. So I was. What was the last Assassin's Creed game I played? It opened quite explosively. They were destroying a fort. And this didn't have that, aside from the ship battle, which, because it throws you in at the start, I just couldn't grasp, and I didn't know what was going on, and all the rest of it. I've taken over here, Mike, so we will come back to you in a second.
Okay.
But now I've got a boat of my own, and I've got a bit more freedom. I'm really, really enjoying it. The sea is beautiful. It's playing like a 3D Sid Meier's Pirates, only without. I mean, I'm yet to dance with the governor's daughter, but I do hope it's in there. And actually, the first modern bit was really quite clear, and I can see. I was like, okay, this is different.
It's good. I don't know how well it works if you've never worked in the games industry, because all of the jokes are taking the mick out of the way kind of big games companies work.
Is it spoilery to say where it's set?
Well, I think it's in the first kind of hour or two. It's set in specifically it's a Canadian overworked game dev studio who've been pulled in to make installments in a popular franchise and are fighting with external bosses and worried about their ethics, and as it goes on, obviously stuff unfolds. But the genius move is that they've removed Desmond. They've removed this idea of the character you're playing. It's basically it's all the best stuff about first-person narrative games. It's the first hour of BioShock Infinite made into its own little mini game.
Right.
It's in Assassin's Creed. It's the Gone Home thing. They kind of wander around and uncover a story. Obviously, it's not quite as affecting as Gone Home. It's more kind of hacking and George Washington was actually a bad man kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's interesting. It's that's the side of it. I have always had a soft spot for that period stuff in Assassin's Creed, that kind of futuristic stuff.
Right.
But it's nice to actually have one where I'm not embarrassed by that.
Yeah, and actually, I do forgive me, we've spoken about this before, but I always found the bits with Danny Wallace in just too snarky. No one seemed to like each other in that bit, whereas
he could do really well in like the right game with the right script. That guy
exactly. He could win a BAFTA. But yeah, it's whereas this one is the sort of like the in jokes about help us improve this product, rate this experience, and
you start reading. There's a brilliant one where you find the email thread within the company of ideas to improve the project, and just like every other games company email thread like that, it ends with the game designer demanding to meet the person criticising his design in person and take it offline. It's just stuff like that it's so nicely done. It's clearly taking the mick out of itself and out of the world.
And last night I played it on my Vita.
Isn't that good?
I remote played it. Yeah, I was in the other room.
Sick a couple of days and I did it, and it's brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when you get used to the R buttons on the back and all the rest of it, but I actually got past a bit I hadn't done on my PlayStation 4 just for. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so what are we going to give it collectively?
It's between a 6 and an 8. What do you reckon?
Let's go for a 7 then.
Okay.
Alright guys, it's the end of the year, no one's going to remember this bit.
We were just still chatting about Assassin's Creed.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas.
Keep running down, Marshall.
Merry New Year. Festive New Year. Festive sprint for Dan Marshall.
Yeah. Work off that turkey.
It's been a good one, hasn't it? Good 2014, good 2013 for One Life Left. It will be a good 2014, I'm sure.
Be.
Do we have what's been your favourite memory of 2013, Anne?
When someone made a video game that had me in it.
Otherwise, it's been a bust.
Yeah, pretty much. What about you, Steve? What's been your favourite bit?
I think waking up in the corner of Chris Graff's hotel room after One Life Left at GDC, wondering what had gone on, and then seeing your smiling face across the room from me underneath a blanket with 3 other people. And then spending the rest of the day wondering why there was a rumour going around that there'd been an orgy at GDC. Going, I wonder who got up to that. What sort of... Wait, is that about us? And we helped spread it.
Wow.
What about you, Simon?
It's been good, isn't it? I feel I've had lots of fun wherever I've been, so yeah.
Anywhere that I was, good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, the Christmas party's good, Nottingham was good, Nordic was great. So yeah, it's been a good year for the show, I think.
Me too.
Personally.
It's been the year of Bithell as well.
Yes, exactly. Mike, has been for you?
It's been. I'll be honest, pretty awesome.
Yeah,
yeah. No, it's cool. It's the year I kind of quit my day job.
You
to go
did,
and
didn't
do
you?
The whole indie thing. So it's been fun. Obviously, kind of bookmarked by my 2 appearances on this show.
Obviously,
those are the big moments. But yeah, it's been good.
Good, mate. Yeah,
we're a bookmark, aren't we?
Your punctuate the year.
Someone said on Twitter, that we get this occasionally when people recommend us, but when they recommend us, they always say, One Life Left's quite good. Quite good.
And that's all we aspire to be, isn't
7
it?
out of
So
10.
yeah. Somebody said about Greedy Wizards, by the way. They said great game, 7 out of 10.
I was
like, I really don't like this joke.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that when on iTunes people say, "Hey, One Life Left." Went on iTunes, gave you 3 out of 5. That's the closest I could find 7 out of 10. It was like, no.
Yeah.
The closest number to 7 is 5.
Yeah. But thank you all for listening so much. We've had the best time. We had the best time at the Christmas party. Couldn't have happened without you guys. And the only reason we do the radio show is because of you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we
Happy
will
Christmas.
see you next year. Happy
Thank you,
Christmas.
Mike.
Happy Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye.